Okay, so we all know AI is totally changing the game at work, right? But here's the thing. Why do so many of these super expensive AI projects just flop? Well, a new study has an answer, and it's a bit of a surprise. It's got way less to do with the actual algorithms than you'd probably think. So, let's break it down.
So the research kicks off with this really powerful statement. AI is one of the most disruptive technologies of our century. I mean, we feel this everywhere, right? It's reshaping whole industries, changing the very definition of our jobs. The stakes for getting this right have honestly never been higher.
So that brings us to the big question. With all this incredible potential, what is the actual secret to making AI work inside a real organization? Why is it that some companies just knock it out of the park, while so many others just seem to struggle?
And that's where this fascinating new study comes in. Researchers talked to over 400 professionals all across the UAE. We're talking government, tech, you name it, to figure out what really separates the winners from the losers. And let me tell you, what they found is probably not what you're expecting. This brings us to what we can call the AI workplace puzzle. You see companies pouring millions into the latest tech, the best platforms, the fanciest tools, but the real-world results, they just aren't there. It feels like there's a huge piece missing. And here it is. This is the core idea of the whole study. The secret sauce, it turns out, isn't buried in some complex algorithm or hidden in a server rack. Nope. It's all about the people. You know, the social stuff, how people interact. That's every bit as important as the tech itself. The way the research frames this is pretty cool. They see it as two sides of the same coin. On one side, you've got all the technical stuff, right? The hardware, the code. But on the other side, you've got the social dynamics, the human stuff that often gets ignored, but is what actually makes the tech work. Okay, think about it like a race car. All those technical factors, the skills, the tools, the infrastructure, that's your engine. A big, powerful state-of-the-art engine. But what good is an engine without a driver? Those social factors, the culture, the leadership, the way the team gets along, that's your world-class driver, your super coordinated pit crew, and your winning race strategy. You can't win without both. It's just not going to happen. All right, so let's pop the hood and look at that engine first. The tech foundation. What are the skills that really make a difference when it comes to adopting AI? So what the study found is that it's not just about one single thing. Real technical readiness comes from three different levels. First, you've got the whole organization's capability, the big picture investment. Then you've got the managers, the people who have to actually lead these AI projects. And finally, you have the employees themselves, the ones with the hands-on skills to use the tools. And when you look at the data, you can see just how much each of these impacts success. Now, they're all super important, obviously, but look closely. The organization's overall capability has a slight edge. What does that mean? It means a company-wide commitment, a real investment in AI readiness from the top, is the single biggest technical factor for setting your teams up to succeed.
But like we said, a powerful engine is nothing without a great driver. So now let's switch gears and talk about the human side of the equation. This is the part that so often gets overlooked, but as you're about to see, the data shows it's just as critical.
The research really honed in on three specific social factors that are game changers. First up, organizational culture. You know, is your workplace actually open to change? Is it collaborative? Can it adapt? Second, and I find this one fascinating, is leader humility. Do leaders actually listen? Do they ask for input? And here's the kicker. Can they admit they don't have all the answers? And third, work relationships. Pretty straightforward. Do people on the team actually trust and support each other? Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting, because these soft skills, as people call them, have a seriously hard, measurable impact. Get this. A good adaptive company culture is almost as powerful for predicting success as the company's entire technical skill set. That's wild. And that thing about leader humility, it's not just some nice, fluffy idea. The data proves it's a critical driver of AI success. That is a huge insight right there. Okay, so what happens when you get both sides of this coin right? The engine and the driver? Well, the research is pretty clear. When you blend that tech strength with these human dynamics, something really powerful starts to happen. It's not just about being more efficient, you actually unlock real, measurable innovation. And the study lays out a super clear path for how this works. It goes like this. You combine your tech skills with these social strengths. That leads to successful AI integration. And that successful integration is what directly unleashes what the researchers call innovative workplace behavior. Basically, people start coming up with new ideas, solving problems in creative ways, and making things better from the ground up.
So, just how strong is that connection? The statistical link, the correlation between getting AI integration right and this innovative behavior is a massive 0.72. Now, if you don't live and breathe stats every day, let me just tell you, that is an incredibly strong connection. It basically means if you get AI integration right, innovation is almost guaranteed to skyrocket. It's a huge payoff.
So let's wrap this up. What does all this mean for you, for your team? Let's boil it all down to a simple but really powerful formula for success. The big idea to take away here is this concept of true AI readiness. It's not about having the flashiest new tools or hiring the smartest data scientist on the block. True readiness is about creating this balanced partnership where all your awesome tech power is matched and supported by your human dynamics, your culture, your leadership, and your teams.
You know, the study's own conclusion really says it all. It says that AI adoption succeeds when your tech readiness is matched with strong workplace relationships, a supportive culture, and that one crucial and often missing ingredient, leader humility. That's the magic combo. That's what creates the perfect environment for innovation to really take off. So I'll leave you with this to think about for your own workplace. It's really easy to just focus on the tech gap, right? We need better software, we need more training. But based on all this evidence, maybe the bigger question is, what's the most important human gap you need to close first? Is it your culture? Is it your leadership? Or is it the relationships within your teams?